What the heck is this? Let's find out. Welcome. It's very bright in our studio. Okay, are you tired of these regular and basic switches? I know most of you probably aren't. You're totally fine with these, but Aria Vent actually just came out with a drywall receptacle mount that allows your receptacle box plates to sit flush. And I'm going to show you exactly how to install it. So stick with us. I'm back. Okay. So similar to installing any of their vent covers, this is very similar. The first thing you need to keep in mind, the actual electrical box needs to be recessed about 1/2 inch. You want it to sit flush with your framing. So if you look up nice and close, you can see that our box, which normally should sit flush with the face of the drywall, is actually recessed into the wall because we need this part to sit inside the drywall. So what I have to do is first I have to go trace this and cut this part out of the drywall so that this mount can sit flush on the face of the drywall. So I'm gonna line it up, make sure I'm nice and level. And then I'm gonna mark the edge. Which one? Now there's the perimeter of what I have to cut out. I'm gonna cut it just a little bit bigger to make sure that our receptacle receiver or whatever the thing's called, so that the mount can sit in there without getting stuck. We've done that before. Remember that video?
That's right, that's right.
Gives you a little bit of room for play. So I'm gonna cut this out with a multi-tool. Check this out. Okay, did I do it? Looks perfect. Exactly the way I was hoping it would go. You'll see this guy will be able to sit right inside there. Great. Now, all we have to do is screw it in, tape it in, mud it a few times, sand it, and this baby's ready to go. Let's show you how to do it. I'm gonna put them in there nice and loose, and then I'm gonna level things off. Now that that's in there, make sure I'm getting things sitting nice and plumb. That's exactly where I want it. And then I'm gonna throw a couple screws down this side, and then this is nice and secure for when I wanna tape this into the wall. So now I'm gonna take some screws. Unless you go ahead and put blocking all the way around the perimeter of your outlet box, there's really no point, in our opinion, putting in more drywall screws around the side. Drywall screws aren't gonna do anything and can just lead to nail pops. So as long as you're nice and secured, this is all fabricated out of metal. So you're secured on the outlet box for now. You're secured along the stud on the side. Now we're gonna do some fast setting drywall compound to set this baby in, put some tape around it, and by the time it's all mudded in, it'll be one with the drywall. So you just wanna make sure that all your screws are sub flush, that angle. This baby's gonna look good. Okay, so I've gone and I've got some fast setting compound. This is a catalyzed mud that should cure in about 20 minutes or so. Just because this is the deepest coat, I'm gonna be setting some tape in this and I want this to get done quicker. You don't have to use catalyzed mud. You can just use regular all-purpose, tape it in and just need 24 hours to let it dry. But we're gonna do this for speed's sake. Okay, so as we wait for that catalyzed mud to cure, I'm gonna do something else. So once that's all cured up, I'll come back with some thinner skim coat material, wrap it around a couple more times, and we'll sand it. I'll see you guys in a little bit. See you guys in a bit. Okay, so that first coat of mud is now sufficiently cured. I'm gonna put some all-purpose compound around the perimeter. The raised flange at the perimeter makes it really easy to ride with your trowel around the perimeter of it, making sure that you're not going too high, too low in certain spots. We know we're gonna do one more coat after this, so just a nice thin coat should do the trick. If you're worried that your taping skills are not good enough, you really don't need to worry. You can do as many coats as you want, and it's pretty foolproof. Just, if you put on too much, sand it off. If you don't put enough on, put more on. But don't try to rush it. It's gonna take at least 3 coats. Looks like coat 2 is done. Okay, as we get closer to the end here, I just want to make sure in between coats I'm just knocking off any high points so it doesn't wreck my final coat. I'm hoping that this next layer of mud is my last one, so I just don't want to have anything creating imperfections. I'll let this coat dry and we should be ready to sand. Just after I do this. Okay, that third skim coat, well, second skim coat, third coat overall, is now nice and cured. So I'm gonna go around, sand the perimeter, and then I'll show you how this baby looks. All right, that baby's all sanded up. Just for demonstration purposes, we're not gonna paint this, but I wanna show you how to put in the device and then put the outlet cover on, whatever you call those things, outlet plate, switch plate, and you'll see how these babies look. So now that that's all set, I can go ahead and I can take out those device screws that I put in earlier. I'm gonna try it with just a switch. This could obviously be an outlet, could be a dimmer, could be a timer, could be anything that fits in a regular Decora box. You just put it in like a regular device. Okay. Then all we're gonna do is center the device in the box and just tighten it up. Now, I'm not gonna make this too tight as I might want to be able to shift it. And when you use screwless plates, you actually have access to it after. Oh, shoot. We got a real electrical problem here. I'm sure you guys have seen these screwless plates before. There's a lot of different variations on screwless plates. We're going to be using these ones from Legrand that match the Legrand switch. Well, first thing you do is you put this baby on. Here it is in the dark. Here it is in the light. Not too shabby. Give it a try for your next reno. Oh man, the electrical's acting out. Screw this sucker in, mud it in, tape it, wait, mud it in again, mud it in again, sand it, paint it, and we're done. It's literally that easy.